And that's how I ended up here. So he was threatened. He didn't actually want to cause Morgana harm. That doesn't excuse what he has done though. See, what did I tell you? I'm not at all the brother you thought I was. Mock me, ridicule me, call me worthless, a coward, a terrible person. Go on, what are you waiting for? But you were threatened though. He said he would hurt me, hurt you. That's the only reason you went along with him. You didn't do anything wrong, Derismel. The other man is the bad guy, not you. You did the best you could. You didn't have a choice. That terrible man forced you to do everything. Nelly. You didn't do anything wrong, Derismel. No, I didn't. I didn't do anything wrong. I had no other choice. That's not true. All you're doing is closing your eyes. What? You mustn't cuddle yourself. What was I supposed to do then? Don't be mean to my Mel. Did you really do the best you could? Did you even once try to do something about the situation, as hopeless as it may have all seemed? Could you not even conceive of any other options? Could you not have come up with something else to say at Morgana's house? Something that might have given her even the slightest clue she was in danger. But when she opened the door, did you do anything? Did you even so much as attempt to stop him? My legs were shaking so bad I couldn't move. There's no way I could have stopped him. Then at the very least, you shouldn't have fled him. You should have stayed and told her the truth. That you weren't there willingly, and maybe she wouldn't have felt so utterly betrayed. But he was there. You think I could have actually stayed there with him? Not a chance. And it's not like Morgana would have. She opened the door because she trusted you. I'm sorry for laughing. She isn't the easiest person to read, but she was opening up to you. And what did you do with that trust? Stop. Please, you've made your point. It's not all Mel's fault either. If anything, he's a victim. He was just trying to protect me. Were you listening to anything he said, Nellie? You are not Mel's first priority. He did what he did for his own sake. Well, what did you expect me to do? Pull courage I don't have out of the thin air. What's so wrong with self-preservation? There was nothing I could have done to stop him. I'd love to see you try and do any better. Then maybe you will understand how scared I was, how little I could have done. It must be nice to be an outsider, to talk about my experiences like you know anything, analyze my decisions, go on about what I should have done. You don't have a damn clue how terrifying it all was. How I felt having to go through it. Oh yeah, you're right. It would be... Wait, what? Oh yeah, you're right. It would be the courageous thing to do to sacrifice yourself for someone else. But you know what? People like that only exist in stories. Except you don't actually understand that. You just want to give me crap for not being perfect. Do you want my pity? Is that all you want? If I tell you I feel bad for you and oh how hard it must have been, would that satisfy you? Aye. Do you not want to know what you can do now? What even left to do? Nothing I do is going to make her situation any better. It won't make her arm come back. All is not yet lost. Open your eyes, take a good long look inside yourself. Think about what you can do. Stop sitting on your hands and telling yourself it's too late. There's still time to make a difference. You just have to commit to the act. I don't think you're an especially bad or cowardly person. I think you're an ordinary young man. It might sound like I'm telling you to do the impossible. But soon the time will come when you must make your choice. When you must stand up and take some responsibility for what you have done. No one's childhood lasts forever. The good days are long behind you before you ever realize they have passed. When faced with the consequences of your actions, you should not have turn and run, but held yourself accountable. It is perhaps a disproportionately large burden for you to bear, but it's fast approaching, and you need to make a decision. Find your courage. Set Morgana free. Mel. But even if I open the door for her, it's a little too late. She'll never forgive me after. Is her forgiveness the reason you should act? No. It's penance for what you have done to her. Atonement for your sins. Whether she forgive you or not is beside the point. The question on the table right now is whether you are going to do the right thing. And what about her blood? Without Saint's blood, Nellie won't. You don't. You don't have to worry about me, there's no. My life isn't so important that I want to take someone else's away to keep it. I'll think about what I can do to help too. Oh no, they're gonna die. It's partially my fault after all. So please, Mel, set the Saintess free. Your quiet life is built on the foundation of lies. And I know that by now you've realized there's no real value in a life like that. I don't know, maybe there is. You wanted to do something about this. You sought salvation. Salvation. But who would give it to me? Morgana, sorry. I already told you I would, oh, you would. But why? because I promise you. And you expect me to believe that? Yes. Yes, plain and simple. If you choose to sit there and wallow in your regret, there is no going back. Now is your only chance to make a change. Mel. Alright. I'll help. I'll help you set her free. There is Mel. I knew all along that I was what I needed. What? I knew all along that was what I needed to do. But I could never bring myself to act on it. There was no way I could accomplish anything alone. I'm basically helpless on my own. Everything about this is so completely outside anything I ever had to deal with before. So I had no way of having any idea what I was supposed to do about it. God can be pretty cruel. Why would he force a boy like me to make such a difficult choice? Yes, he can be. You were made to be a part of a more normal, less tumorless... What? Tumultuous world. But you've come too far to go back to that. So the least you can do is change the world you're in now. Yeah. I doubt I needed to remind you, but you know, you can't get in with only my key. You need old Tree and the other two. They don't feel an ounce of remorse. Taking the keys will not be easy. Easy or not, we have to get them. And I'm sure there's a way, there must be. Just so we're clear, you're not going to overpower them. The guy with the sword is much stronger than you, and he knows how to use a blade. And he's the Lord's bodyguard, so you're not gonna get near the Lord either. Damn. Even the two of us together wouldn't stand a chance against them. You seem pretty weak from the looks of you. Who knows, maybe I'm stronger than you. God, I really do want to hit this boy. Deep breaths, Michelle, deep breaths. There must be some way we can get their keys. I know they both have people they're close to. People they're close to. We could talk about that later. Now that you've made your choice, talking with me isn't your top priority, is it? Nellie. I'm sorry for involving you in all this. And I'm really sorry for being, well, what I am. I'm no prince, that's for sure. You always were my prince, though, dearest Mel. You did your best to be the brother I wanted you to be. Honestly, I adore the way you fawned over me. All that affection just felt so good. What? It made me feel like I was special, important. Having someone to care for, to pamper, it was empowering. That's the kind of guy your brother is. If someone else, some other girl were to ever show up and call me her prince, say she loved me, I would probably try and act like a prince for her too. Why would you say that? Because all of this has been so hard on me, such a huge weight on my shoulders, that every so often I would think, just how much easier it would be if I could get rid of her. Oh. Oh, she meant Morgana. If Morgana was just a regular girl, not a saint or a witch or any of that. She's just a pretty girl about my age. She might even been the one getting all my attention instead of you. That's who I am. That's not you, dearest Mel. You're just beating yourself up. Maybe you would have chosen her over me, but that wouldn't make you any less of a kind man. How can you say that after everything I just told you? Because, Mel, Tell me how despicable I am, Nellie. I am not the brother you once adored anymore, am I? You're not what I thought you were, but you're still my one and only brother. That will never change no matter what kind of person you become. It was wrong of me to try to make you into my prince, dearest Mel. Oh, sorry. I should have done my job as your one and only sister in the whole wide world and been there to help you as much as you helped me. You were sick, though. I kept pushing my fairy tale fantasies onto you. And you did your best to live up to them, and I ended up forcing you to pretend to be someone you're not. That's not true, Nellie. I enjoy feeling idolized. But you knew it couldn't last forever, didn't you? I should have been beside you, not looking up at you. I'll let you cuddle me. I'll let myself indulge in your love. I thought everything would be alright as long as you kept telling me how adorable I was. They were like magic words to me. I kept my eyes shut. Now, starting today, I'm going to do my best to be your sister. I'm all done holding you to fairy tale ideals. I won't make you pretend to be a prince for me anymore. I won't try to be your princess either. I'm just going to be your little sister. So get back on your feet and stand tall, dearest Mel. I know you'll probably have to pay for what you've done when the Saintess goes free. And I know I probably cry about it for days. But I won't regret making the decision. Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't expecting you to handle this so maturely. You're putting your big brother to shame, Nellie. Father once told me that girls grow up faster than boys. Ha 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 ha. Sure is right about that. Thank you, Nellie, for accepting me in spite of all the awful things I've done. And for having me as your brother. You're quite welcome, dearest Mel. Well, looks like that's one problem solved. Did we get the key? They finally reached a point in their relationship where they belong. If she could have come to terms with herself sooner, come to an understanding with him, then maybe she could have reeled in her ideals before she lost control of them. Yeah, maybe. This Nellie and the other Nellie seem to be the same essence. They both have a somewhat excessive love for their brother, and that love expresses itself by transforming him into a prince. If she could have done the same thing then as she did here, then maybe their tragedy could have been avoided. This is before then, though. Since they were able to fix things up in this life, maybe it would have a positive effect on their next life. This could change the future. They may share the same souls, but they live in completely different times. Do you really think something like this could have any effect on the lives of people hundreds of years from now? There's no way to be certain, of course, but considering how tightly the two seem to be bound, I doubt it will have no effect. I hope it has some effect. Fizzle. I was there in the mansion as it all happened, and I just stood by and watched. I feel so guilty about that. If I had done something, then maybe it wouldn't have turned out like that. I hate what I was told just recently. From the memories left imprinted throughout the mansion, I showed you bits and pieces of their lives. And as I told you their tale, the only thing I contributed was a disparaging commentary. I don't feel like you were that critical of them. I absolutely was. I talk about them as if they were somehow beneath me. Yes, you did occasionally offer an opinion on someone or something you showed me before the doors. But the fact that you were mostly detached from the events there is what allowed me to get to the core of their characters. If you hadn't been in the position you were, so you could tell me the story the way you did, I would never have been able to talk them into helping. You contributed more than criticism. Your words weren't for nothing. They made this possible. It makes me feel a lot better hearing that from you. And if you still regret your inactions, then make up for it now by taking action here, and have faith that it will bear fruit in their next lives. I will. I wonder if Morgana might have a change of heart too. It's not like Mel wanted to bring her so much pain. He deeply regrets what he did, and so maybe she won't bear quite as much resentment for him when she learns that. Yes, I know what you're going to say. If that was enough to assuage her, she couldn't have held on to that hatred for all those hundreds of years. Still though, I hope it does something for her, however small. As do I. It's gotten pretty late. I'm going to take Nellie back to the cottage. Okay. If you have some secret plan to get the other 2 keys, could you fill me in on it tomorrow? Sure. Also, I could get you another room if you wanted. This one isn't the nicest. Ah, no, that's fine. I've come to realize I'm more at home in a less comfortable environment. Michelle. Am I just imagining it? Or was that as depressing as it sounds? That's not quite what I was going for, but yeah. Well, anyways, if you're fine with it, suit yourself. Say, I got one huge lingering question, if you wouldn't mind enlightening me. Yes. Why would you go to such lengths for me? You seem to know Morgana, so I can understand why you would be fighting for her. But me? I had a part in putting her in that tower. You have every reason to hate me. So why would you want to help me? Forgiveness. If this is all that it took for me to hate someone, I would curse every last man and woman in the world. Oh yeah, that's true. I bear no animosity towards you. And even if I did, you would have committed to take action. That doesn't explain why you were so concerned about us. It almost seemed like you actually cared about me and Nelly. But we're complete strangers, we just met today. Because some part of me couldn't think of you as strangers anymore. Hey? You wouldn't understand, Mel, it's time stuff, okay? Time wibbly wobbly stuff. That's right, when he came by this afternoon to talk, he didn't feel like like a stranger to me either. It was weird, like he'd known me my entire whole life. Yeah. So I made him into my second brother. Nice. Your second brother. You're more than welcome to change the order, Nelly. Make him number 2 and me number 1. I wish I could join in and be the big sister number 1. Nice. I have to think about it. After all, you might be number 1 material. Whoa, why is that even up for consideration? Listen. Just get in there, Mel. Oh. I'm kinda confused, but anyways, I'm glad someone like you showed up. Actually been praying every night for God to send someone who can get me out of this. I really am useless on my own. Constantly looking for someone to help me, unable to do anything by myself. And trust me, I realize how pathetic that is. Now you must have had a pretty good life to be able to be so proactive in the face of adversity. I bet you had everyone respect, help people in need, had plenty of friends who know none of that. And weren't tossed out by your family like I was. No. You must have been incredibly blessed. Not at all. I'm jealous, really. I'm sorry. That came out of nowhere, I know. Well, I should be going. See you tomorrow. Good night, Michelle, brother number 2. Good night. Michelle, he wasn't trying to be. Yes, I know. I just thought it was rather funny. I'm not taking a stand because I've been blessed, but because I got nothing left to lose. I fight Fata Morgana because I understand what it's like to be tortured day after day. Having experienced the loss of my sibling, I don't want the two of them to go through the same thing. If anything, it's those who have lost the most that are the most likely to take action. I'm not sure if you've realized it or not, Michelle. But you've gotten to be a great deal more expressive since arriving in this era. I can see it in you. I can't see your face. I can't see your face, but I can hear it in your voice, and I can feel it's in your presence. So I'm sure it's showing there too, making all sorts of faces I've never seen before. Some of the things you've lost seem to be getting back. You seem to be getting back. So you can't say you've got nothing left to lose anymore. Promise me you'll let me see all these new faces for myself someday. I will, I promise. If we can manage to destroy the mansion, that should release you from the darkness and allow us to see each other once again. I trust you. I have faith we can do this. Wait. But with the mansion's destruction, both our souls will be returned to their rightful places, which will mean erased from existence. Jalal? What? I just thought I sensed you grimacing. Wow, you felt that. What's the matter? Sorry, I don't want to bring you down the mood. It's just, well... And I know this is asking for the moon, but... I was just thinking it would be nice if you had a life you could go back to. If I did. Yeah, I mean... Here you are, expressive as you've ever been, walking around outside, being around other people, talking to them after all the time in that mansion. And without a life of your own to go back to. I'm sorry. I just... After seeing behind your door, and learning how cruel and inhumane your life was to you, I feel like the world could stand to do something good to make up for it. It's done all the good it needs to. I have someone who cares enough to lament my fate. What more could I ask for? Michelle. Thank you, Giselle. You're not the only one who's asking for the moon either. I wish I could have a life with you as the person I am now. And for that, knowing I have no future. It feels worse now than ever before. Alrighty then. That's enough moping around for a night. We should start planning for tomorrow. Things are definitely looking up. It only took one day to get Mel on our side. So let's keep this up and win over the other two. I would certainly like to, yes. Psst. Where did all that confidence go? The other two won't be nearly as easy to convince as Mel. Not even sure if we are able to talk them into helping. We do have a pretty good idea who the swordsman is in this for though. The nun. Oh, who the swordsman is in this for the nun. So maybe we could get him to her like we did today with Nellie and Mel. Maybe. Alright then, we'll start by approaching her tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. The Lord, though, him I'm not sure about. I'm assuming he's from behind the third door. But we didn't run into anyone he was close with today. And then Morgana's telling of the events of the Harbor Festival. She only mentioned 5 people. Let's see, the Lord, the Swordsman, Mel, Nellie, and the nun. There's one person that accounted for. We just haven't run into them yet. Who's that? That's all. If he's the man from the third door, I can't imagine. She won't be here too. Who's losing their confidence now? In any event, tomorrow we'll talk to the nun. I only hope it goes as well as it does today. You got me. You don't have anything else to worry about. Anything to worry about. For all things considered, you might not even need me. No, I wouldn't say that. You handle Mel pretty amazingly though. I'm not gonna lie, my heart was pounding the whole time. I was afraid you were going to slip up and say something boneheaded. But you managed to keep it together, and I didn't have to come to the rescue. Well, I can make a book of quotes out of your performance today. But for the love of God, please don't. So I'm not concerned at all. Say whatever you think is the right thing to say. I'm more happy to sit back and watch. The more you pile on that expression, that on the on the expectation, the more afraid it makes me that I'm going to trip up. Besides, I don't think I could have done any of that without you. Why not? Well, my life was barely as pride-worthy as Mel seemed to think, so I didn't really feel like I had the right to talk to him like that. But knowing you were there, urging me on, is what allowed me to act without hesitation. So, thank you. Hee, no thanks necessary. But if you say so, then you're more than welcome. I'm glad I could be assistance, if just for a little. That you were. Now let's keep the momentum of tomorrow. It's getting a bit late though. You should probably get some sleep. God. What is it? I kind of don't want to sleep. Why? For somewhat childish reasons. Oh, you said you wouldn't be able to hear my voice, Are you alone, you poor dear? I am. Well, that's the last thing I was expecting you to admit to. Okay, well, do you want to stay up and talk for a little longer then? Not too long though, you need to rest for tomorrow. And who knows, maybe I'll show up in your dreams if you wish hard enough. The fact that I'm even able to talk to Giselle right now is a miracle and a blessing. So it was right for me to yearn for more, knowing that I've already been granted such a great bounty. I want to see her face as much as she wants to see mine. She's infinitely more expressive than me, and I want a good long look at those many expressions up close. I want more than her voice. I want her whole, oh god, I want her whole body. I want to feel her warmth. In this era, I have all 5 of my senses full working order, as I did when I was alive. Giselle though, she remains dead. As lively as she may be now, that's the one thing she did not get back. I truly wish she could have been here too. She would have certainly found more joy in her renewed life than me. And she certainly belongs under the sun far more than I do. But she rather than me was the one left behind in the realm of darkness. A fact that frustrated me immensely. In life, I would have considered her remark about seeing her in my dreams a little silly sacratine. What? Apparently that word means saccharine or something. But yeah. But now, I very much hope it happens. 3 days until her death. 2 days until her death, oh. Time's a ticking, and time's a ticking fast. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, please. Come on, up with you. No, whoa. Oh, thank goodness. You were out so good I was scared you might be dead for a minute. Good morning, how are you feeling? Dead. What? Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? Like I just kicked your cat. It's incredible how much more pleasant it is to be woken up by a woman than a boy. That's the thanks I get for waking you up. Or did I interrupt a nice dream? I did, didn't I? And it was a third dream too, I bet. You definitely seem like a mine in the gutter kind of guy. I will murder you. Whoa, let's not be hasty now. You said you were going to help me out. That doesn't sound very helpful. And the worst part is how familiar his wake-up call is to cells. I'm just kidding. And you know I can get up on my own. Fair enough, I guess. Though put yourself in my shoes for a second. I came in and you were still as a corpse. What? Oh, you were still as a corpse. It startled me enough. I took your pulse, really. He touched me while I was sleeping. It was faint, but it was there. That's wonderful news. They're handing out breakfast in the dining hall. You could go and get a plate for yourself if you want. It's just some bread and wine, though. Dining hall, what type of wine? Is it saint's blood? Because I'm not drinking that. There's quite the crowd, all the people there helping with the festival prep, so you should probably hurry if you want to get some. Hold on, I need a minute. My mind is still waking up. Yeah, I know that feeling. First off, I thought you said the church wasn't offering a boarding. What? Boarding at the moment, so why a dining hall? Alright, it's not. Alright, it's not, but they do still offer breakfast. For free, of course. I see. Now, what do you mean by festival craft? The Harvest Festival, how can you forget? As I mentioned yesterday, the heart of Harvest Festival is here at the church, but it's a city-wide event. There are all sorts of supplies that need to be purchased, decorations made and put up, all sorts of things. We got volunteers from the city here to help. I see. I believe today they were supposed to be powering up decorations outside the chapels, so the courtyard should be a bustle. The courtyard? Ah, yeah. Less court and more yard, actually. We passed through it on our way here yesterday. Alright, I think I know what you're referring to. So, as long as I'm here, I don't have much choice but to, help with prep. I honestly rather set Morgana free right now. But the other two are bound to find out if either of us is doing anything too conspicuous. So for now, I should stick to my roots, at least where people can't see me. That would be a smart thing to do. Yeah. Anyways, let me know when you're planning on doing anything. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. Let you know. Okay. Well, I should be going then. See you later, I guess. Now, do you know where I could find the nun? Her? She should be in the dining hall. Thank you. And the other two men. The Lord and his bodyguard. They're only around early mornings and nights, so I doubt either of them are here right now. Why only then? That's when we go into the tower. Though even if they were on the property, you wouldn't be able to just walk up and talk to them. Especially not the Lord. Also, I don't keep track of where they go or what they do, sorry. I don't really want to know what they're up to. So I kept my distance. Understandable. Thank you anyways. See you later. He's holding it together fairly well, all things considered. Finally resolving to do something about Morgana took a big weight off his shoulders, I guess. Coaches. Good morning, Michelle. Morning. It's a bit soon to be feeling relieved, I think. There's still work needs to be done before Mel could face Morgana. That first step is still a big one though. At least for him. I suppose. Anyways, it sounds like the Lord is going to be difficult to make contact with. Which is what I was afraid of. Our only opportunities are when he is here to defeat Morgana. Mel did say he didn't keep close tabs on the two of them, so there might be more than just that. First priority is getting you fed up. So off to the dining hall we go. Right. Out of curiosity, did you sleep at all? I haven't been sleepy once I became the maid. Huh. I mean, that's kind of an advantage. But I'm used to it, so don't worry about me. You said, you see what I'm seeing. They're in the darkness, didn't you? That would look like, yeah, at least. Which means, when my eyes are closed, she has no light at all. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep after all. I know what you're thinking, Michelle. And no, you're wrong. You need your sleep. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. You're right. Just wait until we have to use the bathroom. We should get going. To the dining hall. I make my way to the hall, to the room with the fireplace, the area I use as a living room, and the area currently serving as a dining hall. Sitting in the corner of the room is a long side table lined with bread and wine. Standing behind the table and handing out all the food along the line of people is a nun. Being this church, This being a church, no one is speaking especially loudly, but there is still an indistinct buzz hanging in the air as dozens of people whisper back and forth. The majority of people in the room look poor, like they're generally in need of assistance, but there is a handful of those who look more than well off. That's a lot more people than what I was expecting. They don't turn anyone away, which, as I recall from Morgana's account, nearly drained the church of everything it once had. They don't seem to be They don't seem to be for want of supplies at the moment, though. I assume that's thanks to the Lord's patronage. Most likely, yes. In any event, I doubt we're getting anywhere near her in the morning. She looks like she got her hands full. That doesn't change the fact that we need to speak with her. We're going to try to get squeezed past the crowd. What? Michelle, wait a second. Hey now, we're not cutting the line, young man. Oh god, there we go. We haven't went here since dawn. Really? Please let me through. I have business with a nun. ain't letting you through just 'cause you told me to. This is important. No more important than any of our business. Our lives depend on this food. So get your tail back into the line. And back into the line, here we go. None. What seems to be the trouble? Can I ask for a moment of your time? I need to speak with you. Well, as you can see, I'm a bit occupied. I won't take much of your time, I promise. But it's very important. You give it a rest ready, young man. Can't you say she ain't interested? Give me a hand getting this guy out of here, fellas. Oh god, there we go. What? Wait. Oh god. Just don't get rough, okay? Of course, our saintus. You're not the saintus. Pick it up, young man. You need some time outside to cool yourself off. Stop, watch the hair. Yeah, watch my hair. Watch my long hair. That went extraordinarily well. Extraordinarily well. You know, Michelle, sometimes I can't decide whether you're calculated or reckless. And now I realize I never got that bread. Damn it. We should wait and try to talk to the nun when she's not busy. She has to have some free time during the day. Yeah. When you gonna check Nelly? You're right. What do you say we go take a look around the mansion while we're waiting? Who knows, maybe we'll run into someone else. Like the Lord. Alright. Yeah, don't let it get to you. I mean like the Lord or the Yukimasa. I think its name is Yukimasa. As Mel has said, it would be, the mansion was packed compared to yesterday, and most of everyone I saw appeared to be excited for the upcoming Harvest Festival. A number of them even greeted me as we passed the halls. Passing the halls. They were so nonchalant about it. I wasn't quite sure how to react. I was amazed that anyone, let alone multiple people, would treat me so normally considering how far from normal I looked. There were a few surprised looks, of course, but no one called me a demon or an angel based solely on my appearance. Perhaps they were just used to seeing people of all different colors around the city, so they just had an easier time accepting the way I looked. No matter what's the reason though, it was quite nice to be treated normal. After meandering through the mansion for a while, I make my way to the chapel. Despite knowing I have no way into the tower, a part of me still wants to be near it. So I head towards the back of the side of the podium where the stained glass window towers over me. The same as I remembered. I've always loved this window. It makes me feel like I got an angel watching over me. Had I been given a different name, maybe I would feel the same. That said, I don't dislike it as much as I used to. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Off to the side, at the very back of the room, is a door leading to the observation tower. It changed shut, though. That's no surprise. The lock is the same as the one I saw back in the mansion. But the chains, they're just regular chains. Not glowing with that awful black light. They're simply dull and gray. If only I had an axe, then we could chop the door right down. I don't think an axe will help. It would metal or wood? If it were wood, maybe, but this is metal rather than a rather heavy at that one. Rather heavy at that one. You never know, hit it enough time and it will break eventually. We'd be in chains of it long before we made it through the door. Ooh, what are you doing here? Ah, Yukimasa. It's him. I was under the impression that you and the Lord would only around the morning and nights. And why would you know that? Oops. Who are you? Easy getting suspicious, Monsieur. I'll say we're friends of the Lord who's also been doing this. I'll take care of it. I'm a friend of don't say that. A friend of his? Does that surprise you? Never once have I seen a friend of his before. He has plenty of friends, I'm sure. Not really. No one has an opportunity to pay him a visit, that's all. Never mind the boy's social dealings. Was he the one who told you about my schedule? That I work for the Lord? I've got to be more careful about what I'm about to say here, or he's going to start getting suspicious of Mel. I asked him. Asked him what? I heard some talk around town that the Lord was seen coming in and out of the stage more than once, occasional. Naturally, that caught my attention. A lowly peasant like myself would almost never has the opportunity to cross paths with the Lord. So hearing he was a regular visitor here, I was hoping to have the honor of catching a glance at him. When I asked Mel about the Lord, he mentioned he had a bodyguard, which got me wondering, what kind of person would someone so distinguished entrust with his life to? Dig around too much and you're liable to end up in the ground yourself. What? So he told you I was the Lord's bodyguard. Was he not supposed to for some reason? No. It's true, I am his bodyguard. The question is, how did you know it was me? It wasn't difficult, you do rather stand out from the crowd. From Mel's description, I was able to recognize you almost immediately. If our roles were reversed, you would have similarly little trouble identifying me from the short description. The only thing distinct about me is my race. Where do you come from, may I ask? Japan. Beyond the Silk Road. What? From the East then. What country? Is that any of your concern? No, I'm just curious. Why is your hair white? And your eyes red? They're naturally that color. Just so. Nature can be quite the ball and chain. Is it just me or does he sound like he's sympathizing with you? It's hard to say. Honestly, I'm still having trouble reading him. Either way, it sounds like he bought your explanation. So it does, which is a relief. Now what business do you have with this door? The door was not my objective. I came to look for the stained glass window. I happened to notice a door with an unusual lock off to the side, so I got curious and went to look at it up close. The area behind the pupil is off limits. I was unaware. Sorry. Maybe I have to put ropes up then. Why is it off limits though? Is that any of your concerns? No. But by the way you're talking about it, it had piqued my curiosity. Do you not know how to keep your nose out of places it doesn't belong? No. Get out here. And don't come back. That's your wish. Hold on. He is. Your name. Michelle. Michelle. Almost the same as the angel did. That would be because I was named after him. I see. What an unfortunate name. I despise angels. May I ask what yours is? Yukimasa. I have no name. You don't have... What do you? No, never mind. Very well. Your name is Yukimasa. Oh, wow, that was scary. He does not want anyone getting near to the door. I thought he was going to pull out his sword on you. I wonder. What? I wonder, would I die if he tried to kill me? Yes, I could guarantee you that. There aren't many people who could get away from a blade like that, especially in his hands, unarmed. You're probably right. Having already died once, the idea of doing it again feels wrong somehow. Well, don't look at all the other routes I did. You might have stuck him down though. I'm surprised. You're quite the accomplished liar, Michelle. Is that so? It's hard to believe that's the same awkward stuttering Michelle I know and love. Nice. I really am that much of a bumbling fool normally. I wonder what he's doing back there then. It's well past dawn. Standing watch, presumably. With as many people as there is roaming about, he's probably worried people like me getting near the door. I doubt he plans on spending much time anywhere else until the festival's over. And with him on the guard, we got pretty much no access to the door. I sure hope we can talk him over to our side. Yeah, that's gonna be impossible almost. Bell was never an enthusiastic accomplice. His guilt is what allowed us to win him over and get him to confess everything. On the other hand, he's not likely to be so forthcoming. It all depends on how deep his ties to the nun are. Presumably, she's the reason he's involved. That said, we managed to communicate well enough. Are you still sore that I called you awkward? No, I don't mean me. I mean him. What? Oh. He was far from rational or coherent. He was living with you and... What? He was far from rational or coherent when he was living with you in the mansion. You're right. He does seem like a completely different person here. Losing his memory in the shipwreck was probably what triggered his transformation into the beast. So I guess he must be I guess this must be what it was like before that. What he carries inside him is no different from now than it was then. He's simply able to hold himself in equilibrium now. He's keeping balance between his rational human side and the violent beast side. He does somewhat remind me of Bestia during his short period of calm. Or the glimpse that we got of him on the ship, while he was still a merchant. I would say that probably closer to what the man here is now. The ship. You're the one who showed me the memory. What? I have no recollection of that. No, she didn't show us the memory. Oh yeah, you also mentioned seeing another woman's memory behind the second door, didn't you? From outside the mansion. You didn't see them though, as I recall. All that I am aware of is what took place within the mansion, as well as whatever Morgana felt like telling me. Resonation. What? Nothing. Morgana mentioned something about me resonating. I don't know why I would be capable of such thing. But because of what it allowed me to see, it's all but impossible for me to ignore the plight of these people. Anyways, the point is, however rational he may appear, we mustn't forget forget that is not the whole picture. He's as much of a killer in this life as he was in the next. He is a man of many faces. The gentleman he was around his lover, the brutal, merciless man he was on the ship, and the beast that lurks beneath it all. Everyone acts differently depending on who they're around, but there's something unsettling about how he does it. I do wonder what he meant when he said he had no name. As I recall, he was from somewhere far, far away in the second door. And he looks Asian here too, so maybe he's from the same country. He said he crossed the Silk Road, so the eastern end of the continent presumably. I wonder if he has the same name or not. It was an unusual name. Oh, what was it? Yukimasa. No! No, that wasn't it. It was Eucalyptus. No! That wasn't it. I got the feeling we're both wrong, and I'm far off there. Or that's the kind of names we're used to hearing or anything. Hopefully we'll be able to get it out of him. Hopefully. But for the time being, we should go looking for the nun. I imagine she doesn't have her hands quite full by now. Probably not. To the courtyard we go then. Oh well, look at the crowd. It keeps growing. They're all helping with the decorations. It would seem so. Preparation for the festival is in full force. Oh, I found the nun. She's over there. She got a bunch of people around her though. What should we do? No, that's a bad idea. You shouldn't force yourself through. How about plan B this time? Michelle! What? What? Are you okay, Michelle? You went down pretty hard. Who was that? Oh, it's you. Oh, you're such a weakling, Darius Michelle. I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over for jumping on your back, damn it. You give me no time to brace myself. Bosh. My Mel would have had no problem catching me. And then he would have spun me around like a princess at the ball. Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running out like that? I thought you were rather poor health. Amazingly, I'm actually feeling good. And I haven't had any medicine today. Because it was killing you. Maybe because I cleared things up with Mel yesterday? I cried my eyes out last night, so I feel better now. I'm glad to hear it. They do say health is as much of mental as it is physical. So So you might be getting better if you stay positive. Just don't push yourself. Why, thank you for your concern there, Michelle. She's taking quite a liking to you. How do you like that? It's nice, isn't it? No. I'm more not sure how to react. Or just go along with it. You know what you want to. I wish I could be there too. I want to pat that sweet little head of hers. Do you think she is a cat, baby? Now that she's opened up though, I would admit she's rather sweet. Oh, there you are, Nelly. Don't run up like that, you scared me. It's not my fault you lose sight of me there, Smell. I tried to keep a better eye on you. So you came to check the courtyard, Michelle. You know you really stand out from the crowd. Yeah. You're so pale, I could tell it was you from a way off the distance. I am well aware of how conspicuous I am, thank you very much. But everyone's acting so unconcerned. It's honestly kind of disconcerting. I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it? That's a constant theme. So maybe that's how we get Yukimasa on our side. We sympathize because we're different. It comes with disadvantages, yes. And she would have no deal with the same thing. Who? That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. Oh, Morgana. I guess I wasn't mature enough to accept her. You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment. So it's only human that you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit within your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitation to go on the walks. I guess. Question. Do you know what she looks like, right? You know what she looks like, right? I do. What did you think the first time you saw it? I know that's not the most tactful question, but I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl. I see. Well, you know, it's looks like I'm the bad guy then. And you're the right saints. No, I've simply seen much worse. You know, you kind of remind me of her. I do. I mean, you're much more personable than her. But, oh, what's the word? It's not just the way you look. But there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like an aura or something, I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But I mean, like yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that you maybe really did see a vision from God. Enough with this all grown up talk already. You lost me ages ago. Oh yes, sir. Who cares if Michelle is a saint or a prophet or an archangel himself? Michelle is my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look all weird to me. The saintess is probably an ordinary girl too. You haven't seen her. I'm big enough to know that I won't think badly of her no matter what she looks like. You didn't fully see her. You are, yeah. Hehehe. And when she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something. That won't happen. That'll be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure of it. Maybe. You know, maybe we shouldn't be talking about it so loudly. I wouldn't want everyone to overhear us. Alright, sorry. But everyone is so busy prepping for the festival, I'm sure we're fine. Better safe than sorry, though. How did you say there was no? So, Michelle, are you here to help with prep? No. No, I was hoping I could find some time to talk with a nun. With all the people coming and going, she's going to have a handful until the festival starts. Well, that's unfortunate. That's how we're gonna get through with Yugi Masa then. Is that important that you talked with her? She may be able to give us information that we could assist in acquiring the second key. You don't need her. You could just use yourself. Second key. You're not saying she's involved too, are you? By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She is, however, very much connected to the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is his driving force. Are you serious? I find that hard to believe. No, they're the same race. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman, and he is, well, a savage brute. That's mean. A murderer. It has to be heard of. Have you ever seen two of them acting particularly close? Never. She's kind to everyone. I've seen them talking once or twice, sure. But she wasn't acting any differently than she does around anyone else, though. It certainly didn't seem like they had anything going on. Maybe they're hiding it. Makes sense. Surely there's something between them. It would certainly presume to. I would certainly presume so. Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they couldn't be having secret traces. For what? Nelly! A forbidden romance, how excited. Nelly, shut up. So you need to talk with her then, Michelle. Leave it to me! You can do it. Well, right now, she's showing people how to make the decorations. Weaving straws into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a little. Yes, use your cuteness to help us. I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering to help, it's me. There's a bunch of them already done. There's like over there hanging off the tree branches. Can you make one of those? They're very intricately designed. You have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take her up on her offer. You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so just hold tight. And you, Darasmel, you're coming with me. You get help to make decorations. I'm no good at this stuff, though. Nope. I said you're coming. And that's all there is to it. With me, as your teacher. And you'll be a pro in no time. Yeah, alright, you went, let's go. Nelly seems to be in good shape, and it doesn't look like last night caused any problems for them. I'm relieved. Hopefully. They can continue down this path. They'll be fine, I'm sure. I pray that they would be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk. So I would really like to find some shade. It is pretty bright out today. I thought you could see through my eyes. I can, yeah. Yes, I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell you how strong the sun is, for example. I see. You do you? But you're right. I'm fine. As I say, but the back of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Damn. None. Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time. After that little surprise this morning, I figure you should really have something you want to say. Oh, this is the team from the second door. Nice. I do. Something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private. What? What? Wait, no. No. Let me guess, you're going to propose to me. Now you should know better than that. I am a servant of God, the Father. He is the only companion I am permitted to have. I know. No, I just want to, ask about something. I know, I'm kidding. I just want to tease you a little bit. Be careful, Giselle is there. I can't be away for very long, though. Alright? I will do my best to keep it short. Okay, let's head inside a room then. Oh, what did you know? I did see that. Backlog. After you. May I ask you something, Giselle? What? Yeah, what is it? Is it something about it that make people want to tease me? No, not at all. Oh, yeah, I'll give you that idea. If you say so. Right, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I'm here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly. Tell me everything. Well, when you put it like that, damn. You're a nun, so you should probably be a little bit more particular with your confession topics. What's wrong? Nothing. I actually want to talk to you rather than myself. Talk about you rather than myself, about me. You or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances with the aged swordman? The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What? I was under the impression you two were quite intimate with him. Did someone tell you we were? No, that was just the feeling I had. Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I am not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one. There's something between you two, though. What do you mean, something between us? You're both the same race. Aye. Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep her church running, after all. Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation? Is he what? Did he tell you he was? What is that? He did. Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him? Yes. Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word. Oh well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow. Are you really not close with him at all? Nope. So if he told you he was trying to protect the church, it would have been out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more. Gratitude for... A while back he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was, when I wasn't all the way out here, but at the church in the city. There were other nuns there too, as I recall. Right, we also serve an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them though. But as servants of God, it's our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need. Which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there. You're Pauline, aren't you? No, my name is Mary. Mary? As in... Mary from... How can it be? How can she not be her? Mary. That sounds like the name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person. I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's names have to be the same. Mel and Nellie were, which just made us think they were all would be. That's true. And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the Stone Man is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Nellie. Although in the Morgana story, I'm pretty sure she said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. He was not referring to this woman. I should get back to the courtyard then. Who was she referring to? Ellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help with the preparations too. 1 second. There's absolutely nothing going on between you. Why can't you accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there is nothing, and there is nothing. What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without her? Yeah, without having her on my side though. Will I be able to get his key? Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there. The two of you could convince him to give up his key. When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I mentioned the key to him in the past, He wouldn't have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot. Then, should we try to find the Lord first then? I think. I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them. Happy now? I should really be going. Hold on, just one last thing. Yes. Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower? The tower? Why? Because the Lord and his bodyguard is keeping someone in prison at the top of it. What? They locked up a girl with miracle blood. It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that. I'm not joking. The miracle you are handing out is real human blood. What proof do you have? Damn it, Michelle. I have someone else who can collaborate on my story. And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth? When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest purpose is key. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Your claims are as unfounded, not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work to the church, but to God himself. Open the door and you can see for yourself. I can't. I don't have the keys. And does that seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think that it might be hiding something? No, it's because I know what's being kept in that tower. You know? The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because a church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. His money, oh my god. Even thieves fear God. So you can understand why he wanted to keep his property here. Does that actually make sense though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he could afford to hire guards. He doesn't like keeping guards around. Then why he get a sword, man? Why not? Haven't you heard? There's been several failed assassination attempts. Huh? The Lord is not a bad man. He just can be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make him a man enemies. Some of whom want to see him dead. Yeah, we get that from the third door. And keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now are you satisfied? Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He got a... Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about? What? Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who has been supporting me and this church, or you who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door? I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower. I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. Their guards? I really must be going now. The swordsman, he helped imprison the girl in that tower, so he could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this. Take some time to cool off. It would have killed her to be a little more open-minded. I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth, even just a little bit. Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much, or is her trust in the swordman? Maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move. That's a good idea. And there might be something Mel and Ellie can do to help too. Perhaps. With an undenying any involvement with the swordman and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss of how to go about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The things he did then were undeniably inhumane, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perspective on him. If at all a positive influence seems less likely. Was he mad or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. Or was it he truly desired peace? He hadn't been under Morgana's curse. If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? No, I think he just wants peace. Blinding sunlight dragged me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle it anymore. Blur. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. Michelle, are you alright? Feel a sharp pain like someone's yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. Just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. What's going on? From somewhere I think I could hear her calling my name, but instead of a sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world started tilting towards me. No, not the world. It's me who's falling. What? Wait, what? How? Don't tell me I'm dead. Where am I? I'm not at the mansion. Where am I? Morgana, what? You're awake. Morgana. What are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I'm hardly what you call attractive after all. Morgana. How do you know my name? How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the blind? Wait. Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared. Where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presume you came here in search of my herbal medicine. Unconscious? Outside her door? Your arm. What? This before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even further into the past? could this be? You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of two men who will come visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a flaxen-haired boy and a swordsman. Why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? This is really the cottage by the lake. Take a look outside the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. Reddish black fog churns beyond the window. Pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Oh, something's wrong. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. Is this your world then, Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I won't spend much time at your side. This is all so very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're going to try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. Please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long I fought to fend off the things you said. Not because I had any particular dislike for you, but because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I sympathized with, empathized with, and the feeling of seething through your words. That understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving into it. You're saying my voice is unpleasant? Not at all. It was beautiful, frighteningly so. I wanted to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself. The things you see and feel. I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself, because they would have to be inhumane to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either, because it makes me feel pitiful and worthless. It's a story I would rather pretend never happened. And it's not a story I can just tell anyone. But you can tell me. Indeed. I was born into this world female. What? From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong. As I grew older, my body developed like a boy. Not entirely, though. My body is incomplete. I'm missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness. She hid me away. While I was unfit to be in the presence of others, that was when I was 14 years old. And that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before births, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male. But now it's all over. I think you are right. My fate was always set in stone. Perhaps I had stopped trying to fight it. If I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. I could have not felt Giselle besides. Do you regret your choice? No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting, because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune the decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principles, some beliefs, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of. Or perhaps must not lose sight of would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware they hold them. But what we carry inside of us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude, persecution. I believe you generally do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too, but I think your real power lies in your voice, its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I am a saint. I am the daughter of God. That is the lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It will make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we're dealt with. Maybe not. But I think that if either of us had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl. But they're gone now. And have you ever leaned on their memory? It comes back to me from time to time. But even then, they were different than me. They were so full of kindness and so very human. And while they taught me to experience their joy, not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. And what about you? Do you have anyone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, and that you can't fit in with everyone else. That you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I am very conscious of that fact. On a fundamental level, I'm still gray. And so long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step into the path she walked. A path wide enough even for me, despite my abnormality. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk a path of humanity, while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind and accepting person holding their hand out for me. And I won't think to take it. I could take it. Because I know that if I do, it will only bring me more pain. So if I'm to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhumane. Someone fundamentally abnormal. And not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana. Maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even with the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of the weight off my back. Morgana. I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I am not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around for much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you. And with them slowly bringing yourself back onto the path of humanity. It will be not easy, I know. Constant fear at the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you. Terrified by the thought that they might abandon you at any moment. The ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them. But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to the place you can love. Oh, I'm sorry. Like what you had 4 years ago. You really are inhumane. Michelle, the witch Morgana Michelle. You may think talking to my past self can change something, but you are sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. Michelle, are you there? Are you alright? Get up, Michelle, please. Yes. Thank goodness you're awake. Did I pass out? Ah, you're awake. Are you okay? Did you hit your head? Nelly. You gave everyone a big scare, dearest Michelle. All of a sudden you were just on the ground. Were you feeling unwell? No, I would just have I just have a natural sensitivity to sunlight. I apologize for any concern I caused you. Sorry for worrying you to Giselle. And for that rather shameful display. I'm sorry again. No need to apologize. Like I said, you're sensitive to sunlight. I'm just glad you're alright, Michelle. If everything, I should be the one apologizing for putting you through much pressure on you. I had no idea it was so bright out. As long as you're not sick or anything. You're feeling better now. My head still hurts a little, but yes, I'm fine. What time is it? Almost supper time. Oh god, we missed most of the day. Which means I better get back to the cottage. Was I really out for that long? At least you woke up before supper. I should get going though. See you tomorrow, Machado. Good night, Nelly. We only have one day left to get this thing sorted out. Fuck. Tomorrow is the day before Morgana's supposed to die. Our time is limited enough as it is. That said, Giselle, I saw Morgana. You... What do you mean, how? I don't know. If it was in a world of her creation or simply a dream. But in it I spoke with Morgana. She was still alive. And what was she like? Not like the Morgana we know now. Not someone who seems to feed off a hatred. So she really was a saint in life, like Mel described her. I got the impression of being a saint. Was more like a chain around her ankle. The only way she was able to derive meaning from her life, not to mention the utter sense of solitude brought about by that knowledge that no one like her would ever come into her life. Do you think she wanted to break free from those chains then? Even if she were able to, she would never be able to return to anything resembling normal. Much like I will never have a normal body. Although... Oh. Oh, you're awake. That's good. What? You came to check out with me? Don't act so surprised. I'm plenty capable of showing concern for others. That said, no, that's actually not why I'm here. He looks pale. I know you're not feeling well, but if you're up to it, would you mind joining me for supper? I don't know why you would make such a big deal about asking me to. He's the one asking. I think he's getting suspicious. I see. I apologize for not handling my encounter with him better. Don't be. If he was sure I was playing with him, I wouldn't be here. So don't blame yourself. Though I would still appreciate if he came. Absolutely. Turning him down will only give him more of a reason to be suspicious. Sure enough. I'll do my best not to let anything slip up. You try and do the same, alright? Of course. Well, let's get going then. Could I not have told him what I said to her? What? Whatever this is about, we don't want to keep him waiting. Be on your guard. I will. Here he is. Damn it. I see that. I've been waiting. I've saved you a couple of seats. Go on. So go on. Sit down. Oh, he's looking at us. Oh no. This is unbearable! What's the matter, Mel? You've hardly touched the fruit. His eyes are red. Holy shit, his eyes are red. Lost your appetite. I haven't been a very big eater. Look at this. This is cool. No. No, I know to give the rest of it to your friend there. It's a bit bland, but it's passable. What did you say? This pressure is nothing if not overwhelming. How does he expect anyone to eat with air so tense? And Mel refused to even look at him. Considering he is the reason Mel is involved in all this, I can understand not wanting to make eye contact. Or even be in the same room. Are you not going to eat either? No worry, there's no poison in it. The thought never even crossed my mind. Why would I be concerned with my meal being poisoned? It was only a joke. I don't see the Lord anywhere. He's gone back to his manor. I thought you were his bodyguard. He is a lord. He has more than one guard. Why did you invite us to supper then? Is there any reason I shouldn't have? There is plenty, such as like, imagine if anyone would feel a bit overwhelmed dining with a lord's personal bodyguard like that. In fact, I'm surprised you two knew each other at all, let alone were on good terms now to share supper together. You haven't told this man anything, have you, Mel? Nothing. All told him that you were the Lord's bodyguard. I see. You want to know what kind of terms we're on? What? We're accomplices. Such is a shame this is how your reunion had to turn out. Such a shame this is how your reunion had to turn out. You finally got to see him again, only to learn he's a criminal. Wait, what crime might you be referring to? Take a guess. What sorts of atrocities do you think we're committing? What is he doing? Why would he tell you that? He wants to grudge my reaction, I'm assuming. I have to choose my words carefully. I can't say too much, but I won't get anywhere saying nothing either. How should I handle this? Oh, I'm gonna get a choice in a minute. I have no idea. All I'm asking you to do is guess. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. You're putting me on the spot, telling me my friend is a criminal and asking me to guess his crime. Did you honestly think you will get any sort of answer out of me? You make a fair point. Now allow me to change the question. If you found out a friend of yours was a criminal, would you still be able to call to be their friend? That question makes you uncomfortable too. Consider it a sort of sideshow to liven up our meal. Don't take it too seriously. It would depend on if— oh god! It would depend on if they feel guilty about it, what they've done, and if they have any intention of making amends for the crimes. And Mel, well, he's someone who wouldn't be ashamed of any wrongdoing. He might or might not have participated in. I see. What about you? If you have done something you knew to be wrong, would you be ashamed? Would you make amends? Maybe, maybe not. You have one hell of a friend, Mel. Michelle, that was your name, wasn't it? Do you have any other friends? I don't have, many, no. Any in this land? No. Why do you ask? I don't have any friends here either. Or maybe I never had any at all. Maybe you want to be your friend, Michelle. Or something. Somehow I doubt that. Yeah, I guess not. Any family? I left home some time ago. It is too far away to visit regularly. What do you want to know? I'm in a similar situation myself. I thought it might be nice to find some common ground. I find it difficult to take him at his word. Maybe he is trying to make a friend. So you made the long journey all the way out here so you could see him? That I did. It's just a small detour on his travels. That's what you told me, isn't it? That's right. How very gracious of you to go that far your way to find him. Oh, and Mel, I have a question for you as well. What kind of question? Think of it like a little game. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. On your left is your sister and on your right is him. They're both about to fall. You only save one of them. Whose hands do you grab? You have two hands to grab both of them. Surely this isn't the first time you heard this scenario posed. It's not real, just hypothetical. Don't take it so seriously. Come on, it's just a game. You know that, right? You don't need to answer. As you said, I'm only here to see him. When I heard there was going to be a festival, I requested permission to remain until then. If that displeases you for any reason, I apologize. But hypothetical or not, a question like that makes it uncomfortable for everyone involved. Are you trying to make him feel cornered? Not at all. It was merely a question. I never mean to make him feel uncomfortable. My apologies. Now I suppose I should take my leave, as it seems my presence makes it hard to enjoy food. Relax, I'm not staying here tonight. I won't get in the way of your reunion anymore. You said you wouldn't be here until the Harvest Festival. This supposed to be putting up quite an impressive event. Look forward to it. May I ask you one thing before you go? What do you think of the nun? Are you very close to her? I'm not close to anyone. Huh. So, yeah, thank you. I was hoping to handle it better than that. I just can't seem to keep it together around him. I'm really sorry. I can hardly blame you. Thanks. There's something really unsettling about him. I can't say I disagree. What was the deal with that question anyways? The cliff one. Yeah. I think it's best if you don't linger on it. Anyways, you look at it, it has to be. Never mind. Anyways, keep your eye out. You probably want to be extra careful tonight. After all, I'm scared he might be up to something. There's no saying where he actually went. I'm with Mel. I have a bad feeling about what he might do. After a conversation like that, you'd be crazy not to be on alert. That would be wise, yes. I plan to head straight back to my room. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Do you really think we'll be able to get his key? I still can't bring myself to believe there's anything between him and the Saintess. And the Lord's pretty much always inaccessible. Does the Lord say anything when you're all together? Such as anything at all? Something to give me some idea what kind of person he is. Sorry, I got nothing. I usually keep my mouth shut when I'm with them, and they hardly talk to each other either. I say. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you already heard this, but the Lord is an incredibly suspicious man. I'm not sure he's capable of trusting anyone at all. So it's not really a situation where I can go up and ask him about his personal life. After several failed assassination attempts, among other things, he just grown to be suspicious of everyone around him. If someone walk up to him, and he even thinks they might try something, that's all it takes for him to have them beheaded. As a person, his reputation is awful. He has done a ton to improve the city's economy. So the merchants and artisans think he's alright. And out of curiosity, what is the Lord's name? Huh? You don't know that either. His name is Jean Francois Bardener. Damn it. That's the wrong guy! What? That name doesn't fit him at all! Not one bit. Does he not look like a Jean Francois? Does that mean he's not the Lord then? No, the Lord is the only person who did enough to earn Morgana's wrath and beyond the receiving end of her reconstruction wish. It had to be him. But between this and the nun being named Marie, things are starting to get a bit muddled. Hold on a second. I think I've heard the name Bardener somewhere. There was a diary in the library when I lived in the mansion, as I recall. Written by somebody named Bardener. Actually, now that I think about it, that same diary that also shows up in Mel's life. In it, he was complaining about not having gotten the larger of the family estate. And a bad harvest, I think. That was the one of the books your family sent to you, right? Actually, that was the one book they didn't. It was already in the library when I arrived. You think he could have written it? And I thought it was the scribbles of a disgruntled noble. If the book really is that old, I'm amazed it's in such good condition for so long. We can't be more than 100 years behind our own time, so it's not inconceivable it would still be in good shape then. But Mel came back many hundred years later after that. It's almost like it was frozen in time. You know, I think times actually may have been stopped during the times when Machin wasn't present in the living world. I kept it clean, yes, but one person going around dusting wouldn't be enough to keep it from falling into despair over hundreds of years. Disrepair over 100 years. Guess what on earth is that mansion? It's also a part of Morgana's miracle. What's the matter? You just been standing there staring off into space. Oh sorry, I got lost in thought. You seem to do that a lot, just going off your own world. It's fair you got to be more absent-minded than me. That's not important to do, I guess. Anyways, so I've been trying to think of ways I can help, but sorry I haven't been able to come up with anything. It's fine. I'm simply glad to have you on my side. Sure. I'll let you head back to my room. If you have any good ideas, let me know. I will. I should head back too. I know we don't have much time, Michelle, and that concerns you, but try not to agonize over it too much. Sorry. After how well yesterday went, I just feel bad we haven't come to a screaming halt. Honestly, I'm having trouble processing everything. How about for now we just focus on the intermediate issues? I suppose. To start with, we're going to want to talk to the nun again tomorrow. We might have an easier time of it if we brought Mel or Nellie along. She'd probably be more inclined to believe us about the observation tower if it came from them. That might work, though it presents another potential problem. What if she doesn't believe them? It could put the two of them at risk. And there's also a chance she is not involved with the swordsman at all, as she's claimed. In which case, convincing her doesn't get us any closer to getting the truth out of him. Maybe it wouldn't be better to approach from... Maybe it would be a better approach it from the lords. Oh no. Did you hear that? It came from over by the window. Maybe it's a cat. No, that's somebody else. I'll go check. Do I need a save? I'm gonna save, you know. Just because I can. Oh yeah, hi. Hee run. God damn it, there's someone in there. It's a ghost. There's a ghost out there. Get away from the window. Hurry, you don't want it to possess you. Calm down, good lord. Your screams startle me more than anything. How am I supposed to calm down? We have to find Mel and get another room. Oh, good lord, you're afraid of ghosts. We can't stay in this one. Not any longer. No way. I don't think it was a ghost. In fact, I'm going after them. But no. You can't be serious. Yes. Michelle. We're going after them. I'm pretty sure they went this way. Let's go back to the mansion. No. You're chasing a ghost. You'll be out of your mind. You know, now that I think about it, she essentially a ghost herself, afraid of another ghost. I think I saw movement in the bushes over there. This is the one. This is one. Marie! Yeah, you found me. Huh? Is that who I take it as? Yes. Be a good boy and pretend you... Oh, I know what you are. Never saw me, got it? But... I'm off. Alright, hold on. Go after her. Stop, please. I want to talk to you. You stop. Why are you chasing me? For the record, I wasn't breaking in for nefarious reasons. So you don't need to take me into the guards. I'm not gonna report you. All I want to do is talk. I've got nothing to say to you. Well, I do, so please stop. What's your deal anyway? Some kind of creep? No. How the hell a man chasing a woman down with a dog? Not a creep. As if you look any less suspicious. Screw off and stop chasing me, damn it. Then stop running. Is someone there? Oh, that's another person. Oh. Perfect. Help, please, I'm being traced by a strange man. What are you? He's gonna do terrible things to me. Oh no. The nun. Oh, this is bad. Is this as bad as it looks? Yeah, it's worse. What's going on here? Oh no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, don't do anything rash. I can explain, I'm completely innocent. Maria? Well then. Things suddenly looking better for us. So it'll seem. What are you doing here, Maria? Wait, are you... Is that you, Pauline? Yes, this is Pauline. What, they know each other? And she called her... Ah. So I was right, that is your name. That's my earthly name. Is that who I am now? I am Marie. I no longer go by that name. Marie, that's your name? Ah, that's a fucking laugh. You're joking. I'm not. In that outfit, you become a nun or something. That's a part of the gag. That's why you call yourself Marie, huh? That name suits you a hell of a lot better than me. The Virgin Mary namesake grows up to be a whore. While sweet little Pauline grows up to be a genuine Virgin Mary. What do you say? You want to take my earthly name and I'll take yours? You don't have to be so crude. Seems like it could go south very quickly. That reminds me. I heard a word that there was a saintess or whatever at the church here. Is that you? A saintess, huh? That's what people call me. I don't actually consider myself a saint. Pure as ever, I see. If it were me, I'll let them put me up on a pedestal, bask in their worship for a while. Then wipe all the seals, the what? So I get swipe all that money and get the hell out. You're unbelievable, Maria. I'm just kidding. Don't take what I say so seriously. What did you come here for, Maria? That's what whore do, we come and go. We're anywhere and everywhere, and then we're gone. You do realize this is a church, right? I know, scarce ground. No place for a dirty-old prostitute like me. I'm going to hell, yada yada yada. I didn't say that. I just would prefer you refrain from working on a church property. I was on my way out, in fact. But then a white-haired dude came after me. I could explain. I do believe you tried to break into my room first. But you keep your mouth shut. You tried to break in, for what? What it matters for? I'm a whore, maybe someone hired me. Or maybe I came to pillage the till box. Was it the Lord? Is that who you came to see? Huh. Why would you assume the Lord of all people? There are plenty of other men in need of my services. I thought it might be something between you two. There's nothing but... Oh wait, there's a pause between there. There's nothing between us. Everyone denying their connections to each other. So, since you're here, Maria, do you want to stop by my place for a bit? So you can grill me about what I'm here for. No, I admit I am curious, but you don't want to talk about it, so I won't try to force you. We just haven't seen each other in so long. I'm sure we got plenty to catch up on. Come on, surely you can stay for tea at least. They don't call you the saint for nothing, huh? You invite a whore into your house for a friendly chat. I wish you'd stop calling me that. You're an old friend who I haven't seen in years. It's only natural to catch up, is it not? They're old friends. Not sure that exactly applies to us, you know. But sure, why not? Though, to tell you the truth, I have no idea what the hell we even talk about, so I agreed to come on one condition. White hair here comes with... Who, me? You can't let this opportunity go. Now that we know that none is Pauline, we might be able to get more out of her. That's fair, but still. I'm not sure how comfortable I am bringing a man into the house with only girls. And I'm not sure how comfortable I'm going. What's the big deal? You're afraid he might turn feral? No, he ain't that kind of guy. You got nothing to worry about. How you know? You seem to trust me quite a bit for someone you just met. Not much trust, more like the air you give off. Air? You don't look like you got the balls to do it. What did you just say? Damn it. That stings worse than any type of any way of knowing. So let's get to you. There's nothing you could do about that. Well, what are you waiting for? Go on, get your butts moving. Okay. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Giselle's right though. Could be a good chance to get some new information. Ah! What? What is it? I just remembered. Something vital? She called me a creep. At the door, she kept calling me a creep. It just occurred to me now that she was talking about me. Like that behind my... Talking about me like that behind my back. I can't believe she would do that. That's fine for now. It's not something she does in the future after all. I'm not a creep, am I? I mean, you are in my head. Well, considering what you were at the time, I can't really blame her for thinking that. Yeah, I wish I could erase that phase of my life entirely. Even I get shivers thinking about the made me. Honestly, I don't think it was that bad myself. I'll take that as a compliment. Please do. That made off the dough. It's quite alright. What? And save. Oh, Nellie's here. Oh, great. So yeah, this is gonna have to wait for next episode then. And yes, the ties that binds.